Next, we're going to look at section 3.5, which is point slope formula. Before we go there, I need to go look at what point slope form is. So point slope form for the equation of a line that has slope m and a point, we're going to call it x1, y1. Point slope form is y minus y1 equals m times quantity x minus x1. Now again, the x and the y are going to stay put. Those are the variables x and y. Everything else turns into numbers. So number one says to write the equation, use point slope formula to write the equation of the line. The slope is 3, and it passes through the point -3, 1. So I'm going to write it as y minus y1, so 1, equals m 3 times x minus x1 is -3. So instead of writing x minus -3, I'm going to write x plus 3. There's the equation in point slope form. Number 2, what if the slope is 3 and it passes through the point -4, -6? So the equation of the line would be y minus -6, so y plus 6, equals m, which is 3, times x minus -4, so x plus 4. Number 3, this time it gives you that the line passes through 2 different points. So here's x1, y1, 2, -1, and here's x2, y2, which is the point 3, -6. Now, it tells you to write the equation in slope-intercept form, and again, to review that, that's y equals mx plus b form. So first thing we need to do is get the slope. What is the slope of this line? So the slope formula I've already written up here is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So I get -6 plus 1 is -5. 3 minus 2 is 1, so my slope is -5. Now I'm going to go use this first point and my point slope form and say y minus -1, so y plus 1, equals slope, -5, times x minus 2. But I need to write it in y equals mx plus b form. So I'm going to distribute this -5. So I get -5x, -5 times -2 is plus 10. And then I need to subtract 1 from both sides. So I get y equals -5x plus 9. And that's my answer. Same thing again. I have x1, y1, x2, y2. My slope will be 4 minus -3 over -6 minus 5. So 4 plus 3 is 7. -6 minus 5 is -11. My slope is -7 over -11. Now, my equation is going to be y minus -3 equals slope, -7 over 11, times x minus 5. I need to write that in slope-intercept form, so y plus 3 equals, now distribute, I get -7 over 11x plus 35 over 11. Now if I subtract 3 from both sides, I get y equals -7 over 11x. Okay, I'm going to do this by hand very quickly. I have 35 over 11 minus 33 over 11, because I want to subtract 3, so I would get 2 over 11. So plus 2/11. There's my answer. Okay, number 5, find an equation of the line through the given points. They're giving you the same information, they just put it in graphical form. Here are your 2 points. So I'm going to call this x1, y1, x2, y2. My slope is going to be 5 minus 1 over negative 2 minus negative 4. So I get 4 over 2, which is 2. So if I write it in point slope form, y minus 1 equals 2 times x minus negative 4. So I have y minus 1 equals 2x plus 8. Y will equal 2x plus 9. That's my final answer in slope-intercept form. Here we go again. Here is x1, y1, x2, y2. My slope is negative 3 minus negative 6 over 4 minus negative 2. So I get 3 over 6, which is 1/2. Using this point, I have y minus negative 6 equals 1/2 times x minus negative 2. Distributing the 1/2, y plus 6 equals 1/2 x plus 1. Subtracting 6 from both sides, y equals 1/2 x minus 5. Now, let's do a quick mental check. What's the y-intercept going to be? 0, negative 5. What's my slope? 1/2. So I'm going to go up 1 and over 2. Notice that each tick mark is worth 2, so halfway is just 1. So up 1 over 2. Up 1 over 2. Number 7, use the point-slope formula to write the equation of the line given the following information. Write your final answer in slope-intercept form. Mx plus b form is what we want. Okay, it tells us that it passes through this point, 1, negative 1. There's my x1, y1. And it's parallel to this line. Okay, remember that the parallel lines have same slopes. What's the slope of this line? The slope is 4. Since we want a parallel line, we also want the slope to be 4. So we have our information. Here's our point. Here's our slope. Y minus negative 1 equals slope times x minus 1. If we distribute the 4, y plus 1 equals 4x minus 4. Subtract 1 from both sides, y equals 4x minus 5. Number 8, the line passes through the point, negative 2, 2, and is perpendicular to the line y equals 1/2 x plus 3. Okay, the slope of this line is 1/2. Our line needs to be perpendicular to that, so the slope that we want is going to be the negative reciprocal of 1/2. So it's going to be negative 2 over 1, or we can just say negative 2. So here we go. Point x1, y1, slope negative 2. So we have y minus 2 equals slope times x minus negative 2. So distributing the negative 2, I have y minus 2 equals negative 2x minus 4. Adding 2 to both sides, I have y equals negative 2x minus 2. Number 9, couple extra steps. It passes through the point 0, negative 2, and it's perpendicular to this line, negative 4x plus y equals 1. Just by looking at that, I don't know what the slope of this line is. So I need to add 4x to both sides, and I get y equals 4x plus 1. Now I can see what the slope of that line is. It's 4. The line I want is perpendicular to that line, so the slope of the line that I want is going to be negative 1/4. And here's my point, x1, y1. Ooh, and they gave me a special point. That's actually my y-intercept, right? 0, negative 2. So you can either do it this way, y minus negative 2 equals slope, negative 1/4, x minus 0. So if I subtract 2 or distribute, and I would get y plus 2 equals negative 1/4 x plus 0. Subtract 2 from both sides and get y equals negative 1/4 x minus 2. Another way to do this, you could have noticed that b is negative 2, and just written it directly, y equals m, negative 1/4 x plus b, so minus 2. There's my equation of my line. Number 10, find an equation for the line given the following information. It passes through the point negative 1, negative 2, so right here, and it's parallel to the line y equals negative 4. Okay, it has to be parallel to y equals negative 4, and it has to go through that point. So here's my line. So what's the equation of that line? It's a horizontal line, so I know y has to equal a number. And what number does y always have to equal? Y equals negative 2. The equation of the line, parallel line is y equals negative 2. Okay, here we go. Line passes through negative 6, 4, and it's perpendicular to the line x equals 0. Ooh. What does x equals 0 look like? No matter what y is, x always has to be 0. So this line looks like this. It's on the y-axis. Okay, it has to go through the point negative 6, 4. So it wants to go through this point, and it needs to be perpendicular to that blue line. So it needs to be this. So the equation of that line, it's a horizontal line, so it's going to be y equals 4. Number 12, the line passes through the point 4, 2, and it's parallel to this line. Again, I need to go put that in y equals mx plus b form. I get negative y equals negative 5x plus 4. Dividing everything by negative 1, I get y equals 5x minus 4. The slope of this line is 5. I want a line that's parallel to that line, so the slope of the line I want is also 5. And I have the point 4, 2. So I can do y minus 2 equals slope times x minus 4. Find an equation where the slope is undefined, that's a vertical line, and it has to pass through the point 3, negative 5. So here's 3, negative 5. The point is right here, and it has to have an undefined slope, so that means it has to be a vertical line. Vertical lines are defined by x equals a number, And the x value always has to be 3 for that line. So the equation of that line is x equals 3. Last question. The line passes through these 2 points, -3, 3, and -3, 2. I'm going to go graph those real quick. Let's see. -3, 3, and -3, 2. -3, 3, and -3, 2. Oh, look. This is another vertical line. Vertical lines have undefined slope. Just kind of throw that out there. The slope of that red line is undefined. But the equation of that red line is x equals -3. That's it for this